You can't always get what you want. For a wide variety of reasons, there are numerous places on Earth where we're just not allowed. And we're not talking about man-made places. Entire islands and mountains are officially off limits to nearly every person on the planet. Here are 10 places you are forbidden from visiting. Ilha da Queimada Grande, also known as Snake Island off the coast of Brazil, may have as many as one snake for every square meter of land. It's difficult to know because so few people are allowed to visit. Basically, it's off limits to everyone except researchers, who first get governmental clearance, and to the Brazilian Navy, which needs to periodically check the automated lighthouse located there. The visitation ban is a protective measure, although sources disagree on who is being protected, the humans or the snakes. The local golden lancehead pit viper lives nowhere else in the world and is critically endangered. It's also highly venomous, armed with a fast-acting poison that dissolves flesh. The Svalbard Global Seed Vault is located on a Norwegian island 800 miles from the North Pole. The actual vaults are about 400 feet inside a mountain. Everything's automated, so most of the time, no one is on site. Moreover, no single person has access to all the security codes. The purpose of the vault is to protect the genetic diversity of plant life. It's a backup in case species are otherwise wiped out through disease, natural disaster, or other causes. It currently holds 4,000 different species. Surtsey is a volcanic island off the coast of Iceland that came into being during the 1960s. It was quickly named a nature reserve, and today only a few select scientists are allowed to visit. This allows researchers to watch the island develop without human interference. Keeping the island free of human pollutants is difficult. At one point, a tomato plant sprang up where someone had gone to the bathroom in an unapproved manner, depositing a tomato seed with his feces. The plant was removed. The island is not expected to be permanent. Erosion has already cut it down to half its original size. Today, it measures about a half square mile. Officially, Metro 2 doesn't exist. Supposedly, it's a subway system in Moscow separate from the public one. It connects various government buildings and is only accessible to certain individuals. It's built deep, perhaps as deep as 600 feet in places, protecting it from nuclear blasts and fallout. The purpose of the tunnels would be to move surviving leadership in the case of a nuclear attack to more secure locations or evacuation points. Amateur urban explorers have claimed to have found portions of Metro 2, but the government continues to refuse to confirm its existence. North Sentinel Island is a 28 square mile island in the Bay of Bengal, home to somewhere between 50 and 400 indigenous people who are virtually untouched by the modern world. They have been isolated so long that they have little immunity to many modern diseases, just as Native Americans were vulnerable to diseases like smallpox when Europeans arrived in the New World. The indigenous people are still Stone Age in their technology, although they've worked with metal objects which have washed up on shore. They are hunter-gatherers, their language is unknown. In 1996, the Indian government had banned travel within 3 miles of the island. Before then, what few visits were made were often met with violence. According to Ethiopian tradition, the biblical Ark of the Covenant has resided in Ethiopia for 3,000 years. It is housed in its own chapel building, the Chapel of the Tablet, which can be found next to the Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion in Aksum. The problem is absolutely no one gets to see it except a lone guardian monk. These guardians appoint their own successors, and it's a lifetime commitment. They are allowed to interact with outsiders, but they frequently don't. They also absolutely refrain from describing the Ark in any way. The Lascaux Cave in France contains Stone Age cave paintings, which are over 17,000 years old. It was found in 1940 and opened to the public in 1948. Unfortunately, even well-meaning visitors bring in contaminants such as heat, humidity, light, and carbon dioxide. This encouraged the growth of lichen on the walls, and the cave was closed to the public in 1963. But even that has not been enough to save the paintings. In 1998, a fungus invaded the cave, and in 2008, the growth of black mold threatened the paintings. At that point, even scientists were barred from entering the cave. Today, a select few can enter a few days a month to work on restoration and monitor the cave's condition. Ise Jingu, also known as the Ise Grand Shrine in Japan, is a popular tourist attraction despite the fact that no one is allowed inside the central structures. Only a handful of priests and priestesses are afforded the honor of being able to enter these sacred Shinto buildings. So sacred is the site that the high priest and priestesses are always descendants of the imperial family. The Jiangsu National Security Education Museum in China offers a variety of displays on spycraft, and if you're a Chinese citizen, the government has no problem with you seeing them. Foreigners, however, are strictly prohibited from entering, lest they learn something they can take back to their own governments and use against China. Mount Kailash in the Himalayas is almost 22,000 feet tall, and it has never been climbed. It is a holy site to 4 religions: Jainism, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Bon, and it is a popular pilgrimage site. However, the faithful walk around it rather than up it. Circling it is a 32-mile trek that some attempt in a single day, although others break it up into 2 or 3. To climb the mountain is to show great disrespect to the beings associated with it. Mount Kailash is located in Tibet, which is under the control of China. China's official stance is that no one has permission to climb it, presumably to avoid any more unrest than Tibet already suffers. For more top lists just like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to check out our other lists, and we'll see you all next time.